So Joel, how fun was it last Saturday to play that style of play in front of those fans?
Yeah, it was huge. We needed that game. The fans gave us all the energy in the world to go do our thing, and I think it was the first game we finally saw, everything we've been practicing come to fruition with the ball, without the ball, our intensity, getting after it, being aggressive, being on the front foot. So it was really good, but it doesn't mean anything unless we consistently do it on every weekend. So we'll be looking to do the same against Orlando.
Is that the kind of play that you can do on the road too now, or is that you can keep it for home games?
No, that's the plan. I mean, we want to excite people both on the road and at home. It's the same game, whether you're at home or away. It's obviously a bit more difficult when you're on the road, but we want to try to keep that same intensity and play exactly the way we play at home on the road as well, so we can try and get points.
Obviously, you talk about the energy from the crowd, but you seem to be on the front foot. I saw high energy from you guys, depending on the crowd or not. But how did you approach this game? There was pressure being at home, pressure from the last games, or not?
Nah, we didn't feel any pressure, to be honest with you. That's not even something that came to our mind. We were just so happy to be home in front of our fans. Obviously we want to get results and win the results business, but for us it was just about how our performance was going to be and what we were going to be like in front of our fans and how we chased the ball and how we defended and how we went forward and created chances and just all the things we've been training, and it all came together. I thought we had a really good performance. So like I said, we're going to try and do it again this Saturday.
You played the high line and you trapped them a lot during this game. Is it a new component of your defensive?
I don't think it's new. I think we've done it before. I think trying to get everyone on the same page is going to be the difficult part, knowing when to go, when to step, and when not to step, when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. So I thought a little bit too many times in the game. I think we went forward a little bit too much, but that's the type of team Cincinnati was. They have threats, in transition, so we obviously looked at video and try to nullify those things. So, but yeah, that's going to be our style. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to be front foot, and you're going to have to earn your way into the game.
I'm going to speak to Bryce after you. He was a big part of that win. What can you say about his play on that game, and maybe the fact that he struggled before and that game he really shown what he can do?
Yeah, he's just going to be a huge player for us. We need him. We need him on a consistent basis, and obviously he had a massive performance. That's what we know he can do. He can do that, week in, week out. So I'm excited to see, what he can do again this Saturday, and we believe in him. I have all the confidence in the world in him. We're obviously really close, so he was fantastic.
Go ahead.
Second game with Joachim. He was also a really good performer Saturday. Talk about his style of play and what is it to play with?
Yeah, it's amazing to play with him. Obviously, natural left foot, can find passes in the gaps that we want to play out the way our style wants to be. He's aggressive, he can defend, he can head the ball well. Obviously, you saw him go up in the attack a little bit there and kind of have that free will of going and creating things as well. So he's super dynamic, and I'm very happy to have him on my left side.
Today has been confirmed that Canada is going to play against France on June 9th. Are you happy about that challenge?
Yeah, super happy. Obviously, we need big games against obviously the best teams in the world to get us ready for Copa America, and then obviously looking to 26 for the World Cup. So massive games against amazing competition, and it'll prepare us well for the tournament for sure.
You have possibly two games like against France on the 9th and 20th against Argentina. So in 11 days you can have maybe Mbappe and Messi back to back.
Yeah, we need that. We need that as an organization. We believe in ourselves as a country, as a footballing country now. So we want to play against the best in the world.
Mauro, about Canada, cannot confirm right now that Mauro is going to be the coach. Is there something you can say about him, and maybe do you want him to have this job, or do you understand if he doesn't get it?
Yeah, no, Mauro's been amazing. Super humble guy. Humility is second to none. Obviously, I've had a chance to work with him with the national team now, and he's just putting in his work and putting in his time and putting in his due diligence to give himself the best chance. Obviously, that's not in my hands to make that decision. It's going to be up to the board of directors of Canada Soccer, but he's fantastic. We all really like him, and he's done a great job.
What does he say about you? You have Netherlands, France, the respect that you were maybe looking for a couple of years ago. You seem to have it and earn it now.
Yeah, I think we still have a lot of long ways to go. I think we got to get back to being humble and knowing that we want to make it farther. We want to make it past, obviously, the group stage of a World Cup. So we haven't really done anything yet. It's about being humble and making sure that, like you said, we earn that respect from the bigger nations, and I feel like we have that. We're starting to get it. So yeah, it's going to be, those games are going to be important, obviously, to gain that respect back and to know that we're prepared for Copa America and all the tournaments coming up in the future.
Do you talk between players about the coach or the fact that you may be always going to leave or not? Like, do you talk about that?
No, we don't talk about that as a team. We're just, whoever's the boss, we listen to them, and obviously we try and put our best foot forward and making sure that our job on the pitch stays the same. We try and win games and we try and prepare ourselves as best as we can.
Now you set standards with your last performance at home. What the recipe is to bring that coming from for Orlando?
It starts outside on the pitch. Last week we had a great week of training, high intensity. Today another great, not performance training, and it starts there, building those habits there and making sure that we bring it into the weekend.
Have you seen what happened to Joseph there?
I did not. No, I was on the opposite field. Obviously they're looking at it, and we'll kind of see, what's going to happen there. Just hope he's okay.
Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, guys.
So Bryce, how relieved were you to have that kind of performance on Saturday? You were really like a big part of that win.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see. Was just hoping, matter of time, things start to click, and I felt like that performance, it clicked. Team played well. We got the win, which was most important. And then we just stuck to our game plan, and everything kind of worked out in our favor.
How did you live through the last few weeks where maybe you struggled a bit to find your mark and to start the season? And how did, what worked on Saturday for you?
Yeah, I mean, I just found a routine, day-to-day routine that works for me, and I kind of just was consistent with it, stuck with it, and then leading up to the game felt good. Enjoyed playing, and then kind of everything just worked for me. So, I mean, hopefully just keep this up and keep doing my thing. So we'll see.
Touches, key passes, foul suffered. You led in so many categories. What make this performance special in your eyes, and what do you think explain this performance?
Yeah, I mean, the performance that I had, the goal was just to help the team go forward and create chances, and I felt like I did that pretty well. When the ball came to me, I connected my passes, created chances, tried to get the team going forward into a goal-scoring opportunity. And then, like I said earlier, I found a routine that works for me, where I feel good, and then just stuck to it, was consistent with it, and then just went into the game with the right mentality.
Yeah, you have a different mindset, maybe? You have a kind of a realization that you have to do a bit more to showcase your talent? Yeah,
I mean, it's more of me just finding, I guess, what I enjoy on and off the field, and then coming into training every day with that kind of enjoyment, and then it just translates onto the pitch, and then just being consistent with daily routine, which, I mean, I wasn't doing really before, but now I'm kind of getting into the routine of things. And then, like I said earlier, just waiting for things to click, and then I felt like first home game of the season was the perfect time to do it. And then, yeah, so.
What's your routine like? You speak about the routine. What's the components of that routine?
Yeah, I mean, I have a sports psychologist, so I talk to him and just talk about stuff that I enjoy, do things that I enjoy off the field, and then just figure out what works for me in terms of going on a daily basis, what I do before training, after training. I got my family in town now, so that helps as well. So overall, just bringing kind of those things that I enjoy into my life and just translating it onto the field.
Which members of your family are here?
My parents.
Okay, so yeah. They live in Montreal?
They do not. They live in Arizona, but they're here for the 2 home games that we have.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What is it like to play in this configuration with Ariel? Ariel was not used to play at this position, but what like for you and also with Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, it brings you a little bit back to where we kind of were when we were all in Miami. Ari was playing winger over there, so it was nice to see him higher up the pitch. And then obviously playing with Joseph is a privilege and obviously cool to do because, I mean, the guys achieve so much, and then just a good style of play. So we kind of understand each other, and I understand his movements. So I felt like we did well connecting, combining the two of us and the three of us. Where Ari had a couple of chances, he scored, and then you saw Josef and Ari combine as well. So I think we had a good front three going there and combining, and then just the whole team kind of just gelled and everything went our way.
Did you see what happened to Josef there?
I did not.
No?
No.
You were not like around the pitch there?
No, I didn't see.
Okay.
Do you feel like you have to, I won't say the right word, but to do more off the ball? I saw from the get-go you were running so much, you were bumping into Cincinnati, and maybe this kind of behavior make you more creative. In some ways, it's maybe special to say that, but
Yeah.
the fact that you run more and
Yeah.
when you have the ball, you are more free and creative.
I felt like I was, I guess would say, more into the game, on and off the ball, and just especially with home fans there, it kind of brings out the passion more in the game. And then just was in a mindset of just enjoying it, and I felt like I was trying less, but it looked like I was trying more, if that makes sense, where my mindset was kind of just go out there and not think too much and just enjoy, and then it just turned out everything just came kind of natural. So that's kind of the mindset going forward.
Is this the kind of game that suits your play too? Like you have more possession based, like you have some pressure, and you like, is that the kind of game that
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously my position and me, I like to get on the ball as much as possible. So felt like that game I was in a position to get the ball as much as possible, ask for the ball, found spots to go off the center back and find space to where I can create space for myself and create something. And so, yeah, so now we just got to go and find out the space and do the same thing over and over again throughout the season.
One last question from me. Were you a fan of hockey growing up?
No, I never watched it.
Okay, because the Coyotes are leaving Arizona.
Yeah,
if you
I saw
had
that.
any feelings about that?
I saw that. I wasn't a hockey fan. Coyotes were never really good anyway back in the day, so I never really watched. So I could, to be honest, care less. But
Okay.
yeah.
You're not one of those that are
No.
going to cry the departure of the Coyotes.
No.
Good.
It's not your first game at home, but it's always special to be back. Talk about the crowd and the atmosphere, the energy from the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible every single time. For a stadium like we have, very European vibe, you don't really get to experience that at all in the league. And so that's something that's remarkable. And then for the weather that we had and how many fans showed up, that just shows you kind of the passion and how much belief they show in us. And so it's only fair for us to go on the pitch and work hard and get the win for them. So we thank all the fans for coming out, and it's going to be a good season.
Thank you, Bryce.
Thank you. Have a good one.